Here's Blunty. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Am I in focus? I'm in focus. Sorry, I've been fiddling with this lens. I got an adapter thing. Remember that thing I was telling you about for the iPhone? Last weekend, I think we were talking about, it finally arrived. It was about a week late than I thought it was going to be, based on the last thing these guys sent me, but depth of focus adapter thing. If those of you who are in the Discord, you saw me post a picture last night. Came from this. Using I think it was a 50mm Canon lens I was using there at the time. But yeah, video on that coming soon. I've just been going through all my lenses and figuring out which ones work best with it this morning, including the lens I usually use on there. So I couldn't remember whether I remember to check focus or not. Apparently I did. Or I just got lucky. How's everybody doing? Microphone close enough? There it is. Broke your foot at work last night. Dude. Like, dropping something on it or kicking on it or slamming it at a door or... I don't think it really matters how you did, I'm just curious. Well, that sucks. I hope you have a swift and full recovery. But yeah, put your feet up, if that's what the doctor recommends you do. I presume you want to put your feet up so the blood doesn't pool and swelling exacerbates and stuff, right? That'd be the advice. Put your feet up, chill out to the stream, eat whatever painkillers they gave you. Irresponsibly, in the prescripted dose. Did you have to get a full cast? Or they give you one of those little booty things? I'm not sure what happens when you break your foot. I've never actually managed to break a bone. I've had a couple of motorcycle accidents, fallen downstairs multiple times. Got into fights when I was a kid, or a teenager really, or even my 20s really. There's been lots of occasions where I really should have broken bones. Maybe I'm just slightly denser than the average person. Maybe I'm Wolverine. Actually, Wolverine's bones can break. It's just until they got the adamantium. Then you can't break them anymore. Nerds! How's everybody doing? Extreme Game DNA, Skull Kid, T-Dog. How y'all doing? Jamets, how you doing? Still playing some Fire Emblem, says T-Dog. Nice. Compensating for something? Oh man. You wait and see the kind of images I can get out of putting this thing on an iPhone. It's incredible. There's some trade-offs, but I'll talk about that in the full review. It's fun. Super fun. Oh, you get a boot? Alright, that's not so bad. Easy to deal with in a full cast, I suppose. Especially when it comes to keeping yourself clean, right? Never broken a bone either. Worst thing I've had is stitches. Yeah, worst thing I've done skeletally. Like, I've had stitches before. I sliced my hand open at work once. I think the scar's the scar's not going to show up on camera. It's really faint now. But I was working at Dick Smith at the time, electronics store. Think kind of Radio Shack, or I don't know what the American equivalent would be. The electronics portion of Best Buy or something, I don't know. But when we had to write off stock, we had to destroy the stock in front of another staff member just to make sure there's no funny business like someone writing off some stock and then taking it home and using it and shit like that, you know. They didn't trust us. So we had to destroy it. So we had this doorbell. Little doorbell, the bit that goes next to the door, not the box. I had to snap that in half. Well, I didn't have to. I wanted to because breaking things is fun. So I went to snap it, but the plastic sheared at an angle. Made a little dagger, a little shiv, and it dug straight into my soft part of my hand there. I'm like, went at least halfway through. Hurt. Blood everywhere. So that was pretty bad. Dislocated my shoulder, one of those motorcycle accidents. In fact, funny you should mention, it's playing up this morning. I think I slept on it weird. I don't think the microphone can hear that, but it's grinding and cracking today. I gotta try and stretch it out or something, but yeah. Plays up from time to time still, but yeah, dislocated that. Dislocated all my fingers on that hand. Slip and fall in a grocery store. Just the floor was wet. Did that a few years ago, actually. It's come all right now. My fingers still don't meet up. So I don't know whether the camera can see that either. But there's like a gap there. My fingers didn't set straight, so they don't rest against each other properly anymore. Fun. First time I broke a bone, torn my Achilles. Ooh, yeah, tearing the Achilles tendon's not fun. I haven't completely torn mine, but I did a fair amount of damage to mine once, and yeah, that's just misery. That might be worse than breaking your bone. Just from a pain and being able to move around kind of point of view. Oh, it was terrible. Dig another day. Gold digger, live in the mine. From Nether with love. License to dig. Nice. Some bond-related Nether puns. I like it. Or Minecraft puns. Never had stitches, even though I've been stabbed by a cork tube. Well, I guess, yeah, you wouldn't need stitches for that, because the entry hole would be small. Like the wounded seal pretty easily. Be like a giant syringe. Well, in fact, it literally is a giant syringe, isn't it? Those cork guns. That's mechanically what they are. Although, does a syringe need to penetrate? Because you've got cake syringes which don't penetrate. But what's the technical definition of a syringe versus a plunger? Oh yeah, I saw you post about that on the Discord, Skykid. Dauntless and Lindsay Sterling. I haven't heard anything from Lindsay's new stuff yet. Apparently she's done or is going to do like a VR concert. That'd be cool. I need to check that out. Had a seizure while standing up. Planted hard into a solid wood door, and bada bing, bada boom, broken collarbone. Ew. That's unpleasant. I guess there's no good bone to break, is there? I guess you break your pinky bone. That wouldn't slow you down too much. You can still do most stuff you need to do with a splint on. You probably break your nose without it interrupting your life too much. But yeah, pretty much all the other bones are going to affect your life in a fairly significant way for a few months. A tube with a novel and a piston or bowl for sticking and injecting liquid in a thin stream. So yeah, I guess caulking gun does qualify for that because it's designed to extrude a thin stream of material. Sometimes you need to inject it in between cracks. Sometimes you apply it to a surface or a corner. So yeah, caulking gun counts as syringe in my mind. Yeah, the collarbone. I mean, that's linked to everything you do with your arm, isn't it? You just, there's no way to move your arm without moving your collarbone. Maybe broken toe. Well, I mean, even if you break your smallest toe, that's still going to affect you walking around. You can break your nose and end your life. Yeah, you can do the old. Was it the original Karate Kid movie? There was one movie that we referenced it once, and that just became a sort of playground meme, basically, before memes were a thing. We could drive the not the cartilage, but the bony part up here. Smack your nose like that, drive the bone in your brain, and instantly kill you. Apparently, I think a boxer died like that once. There's been like one incident of it. Broken heart count. Funny you should mention that. There is a condition. I forget the medical name for it, but it's referred to as broken heart syndrome, where in cases of extreme emotional distress, like for example a very bad breakup, the heart can literally weaken. Like it doesn't pump as strongly. The muscles around it supporting the heart or something get all loose and stuff as well, or whatever it is. I forget the exact symptoms, but it's literally a thing that can happen. And it happened to me. Which means I should be able to remember the bloody name for the medical condition, but yeah. I mean, it's not life-threatening, but it messes up your day. Like, you just have no energy in it. It's ridiculous. You feel faint all the time, dizzy. Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. I don't know if that sounds right. I mean, I'm assuming you just Googled it, but yeah. That doesn't ring a bell in my brain. You'd think it would. Broken heart syndrome sounds more romantic anyway. If you broke your toe, you could just super glue back together. Actually, you can use super glue as a emergency medical supply to, in place of stitches, basically. It's actually a thing that is in a lot of emergency medical kits. can suture wounds using super glue perfectly safely. Like it's not toxic, it doesn't get into the bloodstream and all that kind of crap. Never had to do it myself, but it's good to know you can do it if you're in that kind of situation. You happen to have access to super glue and not immediate access to a medical professional with a suture kit. I think they use it in military emergency kits, right? We got a couple of military people in the chat from time to time. I'm pretty sure the military emergency medical kits have a little tub of super... Well, cyanoacrylate, to use the non-brand name term for it. Super glue is actually a brand name. It's like Kleenex or Band-Aids. It's just what people call that type of glue. But cyanoacrylate. Acrylate. God, I've forgotten how to say it now. I just call it super glue. Gaffer tape. Oh, yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I need to buy some more gaffer tape before PAX. I never travel without it. But I used up the last of my gaffer tape on my last trip. Sealing my suitcase back up, because I had one of those hard shell suitcases, but it got cracked. Like, it was only a cheap thing, so I'm not surprised it cracked. But I had to gaffer tape up a bunch of corners on it to stop the insides falling out. But I used up all my travel gaffer tape for that, and I don't think I have any more in the drawer here, so I did that. Don't know about super glue, but mine has quick clot in it. Oh, you've got a special super glue designed for suturing. It's got blood clot agent in it. That's kind of cool. During a training, my mum had to treat a guy that survived getting electrocuted by a power line while he was working. Oh yeah, I've been electrocuted many times. always my own fault, being clumsy or silly. But I've been fiddling with electronics since I was little, right? But yeah, I've made a few mistakes throughout my life, and I've got a few bad shocks from time to time. Probably the worst one when I was fixing an arcade machine, like a big freestanding arcade machine, for a cousin of my best friend. They just bought one for their rumpus room or whatever, and it wasn't working properly. And my mate said, "Oh, Nate knows about electronics. Maybe he can fix it." I went, "Yeah, sure. I love arcade games. Let me poke around inside that thing." I accidentally shorted out one of the large capacitors on the power supply board and blew every fuse in the house and kicked myself backwards a couple of meters. I was working in the basement at the time, so everything went instantly dark. Everyone in the room screamed because they heard the spark, and then they heard me smack against the wall behind me. I was out for a few minutes. That was pleasant. Managed to electrocute myself on a laboratory power supply in high school. Not supposed to be able to do that, but mine was faulty. Because they're designed to output DC content, but yeah. What was the other time? Oh, I've done it on a monitor, same way as the arcade machine, actually. Monitors are very dangerous to work on if you don't discharge them properly. Old CRT monitor. Yeah, I blew myself up with one of those once. That was unpleasant. Where's that zombie? I think he might be outside. Pretty sure I'm safe down here. My dad's on blood thinners because he managed to fail a cardiac stress test. He's running on a treadmill. His Widowmaker artery was 80% blocked. Yowza! Well, I hope he recovers as well. 80% blocked, yeah. That, especially an artery they call the Widowmaker, apparently. That's not good. Heard stories of folks being thrown from one end of a stage to the other on 64v3 phase. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sort of power going through your muscles will definitely make your legs go doink. Because that's what happened to me, I think. It wasn't... Because electricity doesn't have any force behind it when you spark it. It's as it goes through, all your muscles go... So you plank up. Have you ever seen someone hit by a taser? That kind of thing. But yeah, I was sitting in just the right position that, I think my legs just went... My legs popped out straight. Because all my quadriceps and stuff just all... Just wanted to rip my legs into a line. So I kicked myself backwards. God, I think it was, I must have been crouching or squatting or something on my haunches. And it's a type 2 diabetic that didn't really take care of himself properly. Yeah. He's got his attention. He's getting better. Excellent. It's on the mend. Improving. The volts jolt, the mill skill. Yeah. That's the old little electrician shorthand, isn't it? It's the voltage that'll, get your muscles going. But yeah, if you get even, what is it? I think it's like 45 milliamps across the heart. Might even be 20 something. But yeah, it takes a surprisingly little amount of current. If it goes across your heart at just the right time to interrupt a beat, it can just stall it. And you're done. I can just imagine going from a crouching position to being launched as vertically through the roof. Yeah, I don't remember it happening. But I can infer what happened by what the people told me had happened around me, and the fact that I was several meters away from the cabinet when I came to. Had the adrenaline going and got the giggles, which worried everyone around me even more. Maybe it was like shock therapy. Was it 100? I'm sure it was less than that. 100 would easily be enough. Right, so Minecraft today, being Minecraft Sunday and all, not exactly sure what we're going to be doing today. Haven't played the game since we last played last weekend, so I've done exactly nothing. In fact, I've still got that piece of rotten flesh there sitting from when we quit. So we've got a few things we could be doing today. We've got a room above the library. Oh, right, I forgot to put the path there. We've got the room up there we could figure out what to do with. Another thing we could do is, I was thinking maybe we could put a path in for the skeleton farm at last. I'm sick of traversing the crappy ground and having to jump over little chasm and stuff, so we should put a path in for that. Actually, you know what I want to do first? I want to get a shitload of buckets and go get some more tropical fish for Blarg. That's what we're going to do. I did not watch Minecon live now because it started at 2 AM. I just couldn't be bothered. I was up around 3, but I was too dozy to watch it. So I've watched the trailer for the spin-off game, Dungeons. And I've watched Zumbovoid's recap this morning that he put up on YouTube like an hour ago of what was announced and what's coming and stuff. But yeah, I haven't watched the Minecon presentation itself yet. When I build an actual farm, barn, silo, minimal. You know what? That's what we could do with that little area we've got going spare back here. Put some sort of barn. Actually, an animal barn. I mean, I've got some animal farms to keep me fed, but for the villagers, we've got some, we've got some farms for those guys. We've got the carrot farm and the melon farm here. So maybe in this area is where we put a little animal barn. Yeah, we could work on that today too. Depending on how we feel. But first I'm going to get a shitload of buckets and get some fish. Yeah, there's more than one golem in the water, actually. There's 3 last time I checked. Or, did one... No, that's still got 3 there, yeah. I don't think they can path out. There is a way out. There's a step right there. But golems don't jump. I don't know if they can even go up, come to think of it. Maybe I should put some stairs in, might help them. In fact, let's do that. Let's put some stairs in and see if the golems work their way out. Actually, that's another thing we can do today as well. Start thinning out the herd in the golems. Make a little lava pit or something and see if we can thin their numbers out, because they are way too numerous. Way too numerous. So the pond into a giant swimming pool. Well, it's become that by default, really. Alright. Let's give them a path that their AI might recognize and see what happens. Hook them up to leads. You can't attach leads to golems. At least I don't think you can. Pretty sure you can't. Save the golems. Not save. They're not going to drown. They're only neck deep in the water. They might rust. Oh, it's going to be one of those days when my nose continues to itch, isn't it? Right, buckets. It's bouquet. There's an old TV reference. Alright, let's get all that stuff out of the way. can only hold one fish in each bucket, so let's spread this out so I can do the count properly. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's another thing we have to do sometime as well. Still need to rejigger the iron farm so it works again. I mean, I've got plenty of iron to keep me going. I don't think we're going to need much more. But still, principle of the thing. Alright, let's consolidate these so we can fill them easier. Sometimes I forget buckets only fill to 16. You very rarely need more than a couple of buckets on you at any one time. I might need to make it. Yeah, I might need to make those stairs too low. We'll see what happens. A gentleman new. Hello there. Alright, ready for fish catching. Let's go through the nether. Find that lovely little island village where all the fish are. And do the P word. How am I this one, then? Not so bad, actually. I'm in pretty good spirits. Ow. Ow. What the hell? Why is he so fast? What a caffeinated skeleton. He's going nuts. Brr. Paradise Island is this way, isn't it? Shadow Pack really treats the nether portal well. Actually, it's more about the ray tracing and just the pure shader stuff. Because the ray tracing makes it reflect everything behind it, so it's not a fake reflection like you see sometimes. It's hard to see on this one because it's so dark in here, but yeah. Unfortunately, I am not reflected in it just because of the way rendering works in Minecraft. Would be cool to see if they can implement that, though. I wonder if that'll work in the RTX one, actually. They might rejigger it in the RTX one so you can reflect yourself. Look, I'm one step away from the portal. I'm one step away from the friggin' portal. Damn it, back we go. I'm a vampire? Yeah. My character is. That was unbelievably good timing. Just about to step through, and there it is. There we go. That's a good reflection there. A little lantern behind me. There. At least I can show you the overall portal again. Douglas, thank you for those. Yeah. So, actual, real reflection of everything behind me.
Hey, pat on the back! Pat on the back for this guy!
Oh, I missed some buckets. Thank you, Gem. It's 21 months resub. Get some love in the chat for that. 21! Do appreciate that, mate. How you doing today? Twitch Prime sub. Freebie sub. On the way back, I'm going to get some pancakes. Ooh. I haven't had McDonald's pancakes since about a year and a half ago, actually. I think I had them in New York when I was there for the Intel 9th gen launch stuff. That was 10, right? Yep. Did I see Michael's announcements? I am aware of the announcements. I didn't watch the presentation. I'll probably do that after the stream tonight. But yeah, I've caught up with the basics of the news. And yeah, so much... I shouldn't eat all that. We should do Respect Chicken at the top of the ladder here. So much for the cave update, eh? We were talking last weekend on Minecraft stream about the way they've updated biomes so they can be 3D. Turns out it wasn't for caves, although they can use it for caves eventually. Oh, jeez. But yeah, they're going to use it for mountains. Which I'm pretty happy about. Ooh. That's the other thing I like about this texture shader combination, the pink hues on this guy. Oh, there we go. Now I went too high. Alright, doink! Thank you. Respect, chicken! That was a full stack, yeah, although you're not quite a full stack high yet. Full stack was just a bit too high. We should have counted how many I needed to come down, actually. That would give us an idea of how tall you are right now. Zoop. Alright, weapon at the ready. We're in danger zone here. Creepers, where are the creepers? I think we're safe. Hopefully the nether update is good. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was about to say with the 3D biomapping. They're using it for the nether as well. Wait, this way. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the nether update because I hardly ever think about it. When you think about, you know, what they did for the oceans and stuff like that, and we had this conversation last weekend. I said, you know, when they updated the oceans, it made a huge difference to the game. Just made it a lot more interesting to travel and explore and everything. And we're talking about updating caves to accomplish kind of the same thing. There's no bed in here. But yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the nether. Now there's actually a legitimate... Fucking get up! Jesus. Couldn't get up that block. There's actually a legitimate reason to go to... Wait, those guys are blocked in. I just want to sleep till noon. Sweet. I thought they updated that so you can kick them out of their bed. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Can't find a bed anywhere. Oop. Right, what was I saying? Yeah, legitimate reason to go to the nether and... Oh, here we go. I think what I usually start a new world when there's a big update that does a big thing, but I mean, I don't think we will on this one. We might keep this world and just like reset the nether, because I haven't done much building in the nether apart from, you know, digging my tunnels to make my portals. We could redo that pretty easily. We have the coordinates we need, so we can just remake. I gotta save that villager. Diary. Oh, thank you. Nice of you to turn up. Yeah, we could essentially.
Booby buyer, I'll buy those boobies for 25 schmeckles.
Someone said they should name the new pig beast the warthog.
That was a good one too. The instant I hit the water to go get the fish. Where's my portal? I lost my portal. There it is. That was perfect timing. The splash and the alert came through at exactly the same time. Just as I hit the water to go fetch fish. feel like Java, unfortunately, is not going to be on par with Bedrock much longer. No, I mean, the whole idea, they're going to bring them in to sync even more. That was one of the things I was talking about today, apparently. I didn't get to hear the presentation again, but I heard a recap mention that they were going to bring the two versions even further into parity as far as function and feature. And they're even going to align the version numbers. So when you say 1.15 or 1.16, it's going to mean the same thing, same feature sets across both versions, instead of having to go, oh, Bedrock version, what are we up now, 1.7? Versus 1.15 on the Java and things like that. But no, apparently they're still committed to keeping things in parity. And if they make Bedrock more like Java instead of the other way around, I'll be very happy. Because then I can use the RTX shaders and have consistency. Actually, I'm not even going to mention that third and, because the third and's a secret right now. There's something I need to talk to a friend about. I think bed kicking was in 1.15 update. Yeah, that might be in the current snapshots that I'm thinking, yeah. Which I'm not running right now because it doesn't work with the shaders, of course. Got to wait till it's got to wait till 1.15 comes out and then OptiFinal update. Right, so that was Extreme Game Dinner with $20. Thank you ever so much. What's the $20 one again? Where's my thing? Why am I forgetting that so often these days? You think it'd be burned in my mind by now. Right, what was the message you came with that? I think they said should name the new pig beast the Warthog. I mean, there is a little logic to that, but again, it's kind of a myth. I mean, it does look exactly like a warthog, but it's a mythological kind of beastie. Where are you, Extreme Game Dinner? Where did I put you? Is this you? No. Do you remember where your grave is? I can't remember where your grave is. What is it, this one? There you are. There you are. Zoop. What's that? Is PTGI version? 9. There was a post about version 10 a few days ago. It hasn't been released yet. He was just talking about what he's working on for it. It's kind of an overhaul of something quite important that's going to make a huge difference. So I'm not sure when 10 will come out because it's apparently quite tricky. Thank you. Oh, respect, chicken. But the latest one is 9, which is what I'm running now. Actually, I should be. I was changing it about last weekend, so I've got to double check whether I changed it back properly. Video settings, shaders. Yeah, there we go. E9. Nom, 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 nom. Thank you ever so much. Every dollar in the tip jar for the next couple of weekends is going straight into the kitty to make my life at PAX Australia a little more comfortable, being that I can afford to eat and drink and maybe buy a t-shirt. I usually buy at least a t-shirt when I travel. I got that really cool t-shirt at last year's PAX. Remember that Sundari t-shirt? It was not Sundari, but Sundari, as in ice creams and milk and stuff. Oh, that was cute. Not a very robust t-shirt. It's already starting to sort of discolor and stretch out at the neck and things like that. But I got a good year's worth of joy out of that t-shirt so far. It's kind of a little bit too stretched out in the neck to sort of wear in public and not look like a slob these days. What am I doing? I need to go back. But it was like an $18 t-shirt, so I wasn't expecting miracles from it. Very comfortable though. Sundari, yep. Sundari. I was informed I will regret massively not going to PAX Oz while it's in my hometown. My man's been in Melbourne for years. How have you not gone so far? Or have you just moved to Melbourne recently? Or... But yeah, PAX Australia is one of my favourite events of its kind. It's pretty much the only expo in Australia I go to regularly anymore. Like, we've got...
Hi, I'm Mr. Booby Buyer. I'll buy those boobies for 25 schmeckles.
Hi 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 hi
Uh-huh. Okay.
Dragons!
What's this
Don't do it.
progress you want to do today?
Don't do it while I'm doing the face. I was trying to act. I was trying to do that grumpy, but I can't be grumpy because of generosity. I was trying to do the snark face. I was getting all into the mood there. Doing the little bit of method acting right there. And here comes the Leroy. I nearly shat myself. Somebody clip that. Jesus. I nearly fell out of my fucking chair. Got any tips for improving the shader? In what way? I mean, I'm not... You know, I don't know how to code. I don't know the intricacies of how shaders mechanically work. But if you're asking me sort of what settings you should fiddle with to get better performance, I could maybe give you a hint there. Whew. Just gonna come like my heart is literally sped up. I felt that. Felt that in my bones. Actually, I'm going to take a quick trip to my bed just to make it morning before we go and do that thing. Otherwise, I'm going to be trapped there at night again. We can't see anything. Do performance. All right, let me get the grave sites up, and I'll sort of poke into my settings here and sort of have a quick talk about what I found it more useful. Never thought I would see Sundari vending machine until I played Astral Chain. Oh, this is Sundari vending machine in Astral Chain? I haven't played it yet. I haven't even looked at any gameplay yet, but I think I do want to play it. I've heard really good things about it. Actually, I need to talk to Ali. Did Ali stream it yet? Has she played it? I know she was really excited about it. Been too busy to drop in on many of her streams for very long recently. And she vice versa with me, actually. Haven't seen her in the stream hardly at all. Right, so we have Jamet's coming in with $50. Oh, shit, I didn't even see it was $50. Thank you. I was too busy being old face and shocked. Bloody hell, thank you, mate. That's a huge hit. So that's diamond right there. We need to spare those because I need to grab these out. And it was also, of course, it was Skull Kid. What's this progress you want to do today? Yeah, good question. Right, Jamets. Is this you? This is you, yep. Looks about right. Please, someone clip that. Yeah, well, if they didn't clip it, you know, I'm recording it, so you'll be able to watch it again on YouTube, and I can clip it out of this if I'm not too lazy. Boink! Thank you! Wait, no. That's not yours. I've done the wrong color. Boop! Thank you! I'm symmetricizing my com. Oh, wait. Hang on. Ooh. I mean, nobody gets more symmetricalized than Skull Kid. Because you can't really mess up just doing all gold. Actually, I think you did in the Nintendo Switch world, didn't we? You whacked down 20 at one point. or 30 or something, and I gave you a couple of gold blocks instead of messing up the color scheme. It's not like I care about what you want to drink. Oh, the vending machine says that? That's so cute. I gotta play the game just for that. Alright, how many... Let's see. Let's see if we can do a quick rough count here. This is a full stack. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was 2 then. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so you're like 42 high, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 44. Bloody hell's right? Just thank you. Ridiculous. Oh, we need to go do the thing, get our things back. That goes back. You come with me. And we're honky dory. A little further off than I thought. I mean, still though. It's about to ask, so the name on that stack could be changed to Ford Perfect. Don't know what that means. I've decided, by the way, I'm going to move ahead, coming back to packs, with my idea to just film packs and, you know, make all my content just using the iPhone. I'll probably take the laptop to maybe do some edits on, just because it's just quicker to do it that way. So I'm going to save some time if I slap together a video on the thing. But I might make sure to edit at least a few videos on the phone as well, just to go end to end with it. Yeah, so I'm going to go ultra light, just taking the iPhone. Actually, you know what? I've got the DJI mobile, DJI Pocket thing, which I still need to do a proper review of. Late on that. So I'll take that for some B-roll if I want to shoot myself using the iPhone, so I can then talk about the iPhone and using it exclusively as a camera. Right, where's those fish? Oh, let's not go that way. I'll get poisoned or laser beamed. Version number 4. Oh, right. Yeah. Here. Gotcha. This my pocket's actually pretty cool. I haven't used it a lot yet. And I'm probably not going to need torches right now either. Keep the weapons out just in case. And I've also got the Osmo Mobile 3, the new gimbal they brought out like a month back. Had got that in for review as well. That thing's pretty cool. Might be the most useful gimbal yet. DJI stuff, so you know it works nicely. But because it folds, it makes it more practical than ever before to actually take it with you. Gotcha. Speaking of iPhones, what are your initial thoughts post video? I'm still loving it. Like in recent days, particularly on Friday, was the sort of first big battery test of it. I had to go out and about Friday morning and do a bunch of stuff, but had a huge amount of emails and other stuff to get done, so I was doing that all on the phone while I was walking around. And yeah, the difference in battery life was tangible. Like, I know what that kind of workload does to the battery on my iPhone 11, sorry, my iPhone XS Max. And I never had a problem with the battery. It's not like I never made it through the day. But I'm just saying the amount of battery I had left after that morning of super heavy use, I know that I would have been down to about 75-ish on the XS. And this, I barely ticked down on the 11 Pro Max. So yeah, legitimately tangible difference in the battery life is making me quite happy. We'll really put that to the test at PAX though, because again, I'll be using it exclusively as my camera. And I'll be using Filmic Pro to film in a very high bit rate so it looks as clean as possible, which also burns a bit of extra battery, doing that extra juicy processing. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm encouraged. Very interested in the Osmo. Keen to see how it works out in a crowded place like that. Which one, the Pocket or the gimbal? Oh, the mobile. But yeah, I've only shot a few test bits with it so far. But pretty impressed with it. It's a very, very, very well behaved gimbal. Oops. Empty bucket, dickhead. Actually, let's do this. Get some organization going here so I know what I'm doing. Okay. That's a bit better. Alright, have we sunset yet? I feel like we were close. Let's go watch the sunset, actually. Where is it? There it is. Love the skybox on this pack. It's gorgeous. I do like a nice skybox in any game. Always have. Do you not like the armor points above the hearts, or does that come with the texture pack? Huh? What do you mean? What about my armor above the hearts? That's normal, right? Not sure what you mean. Because of the frequent chance of getting jostled by the crowd, it should be a really good test. Actually, I don't get jostled that much at those events. I'm not a tiny guy, so people can usually see me pretty easily. My sort of posture and body position while I'm filming is fairly tucked in by default anyway, because that gives me more stability. And I've got pretty good situational awareness, so I'm usually aware of people around me and what they're doing and what direction they're going in, so I can account for not being jostled and things like that. So, but yeah, you did right. It's sort of moving through a crowd and controlling the gimbal and all that sort of stuff is going to be a thing. We're getting too close to the laser beam fish again. Wait, earlier I saw you didn't have the armor points above the hearts. Really? I'm not sure why you would have been seeing that. Anyone else notice that? Where'd the fish go? Oh, there. Come here. Gotcha. just going by. Yeah, it might have just been sort of a weird optical illusion. Maybe there was low contrast because it was on top of sand or something. I don't know. Or maybe you're just losing your goddamn mind. We'll skip those guys. Already got a few yellow ones in the buckets. Oh, here we go. I mean, it's not like you can really see which fish they are from a distance through his legs anyway, but still. On principle, we should get a variety. Where'd you go? Gotcha. You. You. Sometimes helps them to go through a portal. Huh. We'll keep an eye on that next time we go through the portal. I mean, odd glitches are not exactly strangers to Minecraft. Who we got down here? Yep. Couple more of those. Come here. Come here. Accidentally punched him there. No big deal. Speaking of punching things. Come here. Like sometimes they go into the portal, my pigman farm with high XP, and they come out with 0 XP. Oh, never seen that happen. Actually, that's another thing we need to work on sometime too. Need to get a gold farm going. Ooh, you're pretty. Come here. Ooh, that's a nice blue. Come here. Gotcha. Gotcha. Baby zombies are verns. What a baby drowned. Moist verns. Here. Gotcha. Alright, 2 more to go. We'll have a full fish load. You guys. I think we already got a few like you. And you. And you. Ooh. You all have. Come here. Where'd your friend go? Gotcha. Alright. Back to Blanc to start filling him with fish. Or further filling him with fish. Thank you, guys, by the way, for letting me complete that task eventually. Almost perfect timing.
My name's Dory. Here's my story. I live on a reef and I don't eat beef.
Nice. You guys watch the Finding Dory movie? I did a few months back. It was actually better than I thought it'd be. I thought it was just going to be sort of one of those crappy little spin-offs, but it was actually good. Oh, that was... Hang on. That was actually donated by Dory. Great, now we need a Dory grave now. Alright then. We'll pick a grave closest to the water. Yep. Alright, I'm going to make some room here. Alright, so we need a gold block. We need dye for the sign. And I need my axe to get the sign off. Alright, where's the grave close to the wall? Here we go. This one right here. It's pretty close to a nice little safe spot. Although we've got this on the edge here too. I think the one in the corner is better. Whoops. Okay, R-I-P. Can we please do that in capitals? Dory. Dory. And Dory. Look at me. Getting it right. I remembered the die and everything. Hooray! Thank you, Dory. Mysterious story. Would you recommend data packs? Thinking about trying Tricapitator and a few other things? Yeah, I'm running Tricapitator. If you type in !MC, it'll give you a listing of the data packs I'm using, amongst other things. And I'm using a Tricapitator one, which was mainly just to cut down on grind for the early stuff in the stream, because we're chopping out a lot of trees to get all the wood. These days I don't really need it that much, because I'm not chopping down many trees, because I've got a different data pack, which let me set up a little hopper tree farm, which gives me infinite wood. Again, just a bit of a time saver for on and off stream, so I don't have to spend a lot of time grinding tree farms. Because I did that so much in like the Nintendo Switch world we had. Because that was all built over water, so we had just wood docks everywhere, so I was going through so much wood. And I would spend so long just planting and chopping down trees off stream. But yeah, the agricultural automation, which I'll show you down here, works a lot like hoppers in some mod packs, in that when you set up a hopper above a chest with a sign and the proper harvesting tool on the front, in the case of all the stuff, it's axes. As you can see, they just popped, and they just harvest whatever the tree normally drops. So you get leaf blocks, saplings, and logs. In the case of oak stuff, you get apples. It's pretty handy to have. Big time saver. Oh, what's this? What's this? What are you doing up here? They put an item frame with a upside down fish in Dora's grave. Well, I'm already using that gag on the fishing farm, so dead fish for the fishing farm. Alright, we should go nap. Actually, I'm going to wait till proper sunset to have a proper sleep this time instead of doing it with the data pack thing. Did you do some mining off camera? Not recently, no. Oh, you mean for the graveyard? No. The blocks we're using for the graveyard, they're creative mode. Just because it would be impossible for me to keep up with that amount of mining. Especially for Skull Kid Rays trying to get that much gold. And, you know, all those diamonds. Yeah. The graveyard is the only place I use creative mode to get those blocks. With the exception of this grave here in the center. That stuff comes out of my personal inventory because that's my death grave. That's the grave of shame. We have a different block for each time I die. I'll bring up a screen for you there. So if a skelly kills me, I have to put a bone block there. Because again, of time-saving conveniences for the sake of the stream, so you don't have to watch me recraft my armor if I die and all that kind of crap. I have keep inventory on. So when I die, there's very little penalty. So the Grave of Shame has become the death penalty for this world. I have to sacrifice... I miss those sponges. Tell you what, what's that? Five sponges? Dying from drowning? Or whatever it was. Wait, what's the drowning one? What's the sponge one? That might be death by No, drowning is blue glass. So the sponge is... Oh, the guardians, that's right there. If a guardian kills me, I have to put a sponge there, and that's... I regret that. That's an expensive item to lose, because you just can't get infinite sponges. Dying by Skelly, not so much a big deal. Bone's easy to come by. Yeah, the diamond I miss as well. Could have used those diamonds. Right, Blarg's legs. Let's go fill Blarg's legs with fish. Yeah, for those new around here, by the way, I guess it's been a while since I've done the explanation in the graveyard. The gimmick we use for tips while we're doing Minecraft stuff is anyone who tips $5 or more, or cheers $5 or more worth of bits, which is 500. Where's my little graphic for it? Doink. Oh, and, get rid of the shame thing now. They get their own gravesite, and on the grave we put various kinds of blocks depending on the value of that particular donation and or cheer. So for cheers we put a moped on the side of the grave. Yeah, just a little fun little gimmick we used to give a little place of permanence and extra thank you to people who... there we go. Sorry, I forgot I have to do this against the surface to actually release the fish. There we go. Can we go from here? That was a mistake. There you go. I think we did it so the more powerful the enemy, the harder type of death. Yeah, Skull Kid was partly responsible for deciding which blocks go where, and it was like, yeah, the more dramatic the death is, the more expensive it gets to put stuff on the grave. I forget, what did we do for Enderman? Enderman, where is Enderman? Obsidian for Enderman, that makes sense. And then we tried to... They tried to keep it in theme as well. So if I die by lava, it's a magma block. If I die by a witch, put a cauldron there. Spiders, cobwebs and things like that. So it all makes a nice little piece of logic. Logical sense. Alright. There we go. That's more like it. We're getting somewhere now. What are all these guys doing hanging about at the bottom? What's up with the bottom feeders? There they go. Oh. Didn't realize I left a piece of kelp behind. Oh yeah, look out for the puffer. There's one pufferfish in here that sometimes poisons me when I dick about. Forgot about that guy. I always forget about him until I start dying. I was like, what's happening? Oh, you're right, puffer. Why is the third one what? Why is the third one what grade? Oh, you mean the slightly different coloured fish in the bucket? I think that was the one I hit. Being slightly greyed out might have indicated a fish on lower health or something. We should maybe test that. I'm going to go get another load. But yeah, I spotted that too, but I think that was just because I accidentally punched that one salmon, I think it was. was young, it seemed like it was so wonderful. A miracle. It was beautiful, magical. What is that song? I know there's bloody lyrics, and I know the melody, but now I can't remember what the bloody song is. No idea. Bucket of... Oh yeah, it might also be the bucket of cod is different from tropical fish because they're different biome fish, really. The logic... Right. That's... I get you now. Oh, hang on a sec. Before we go diving, we need to fill up our water again. And I need my chicken back so I don't starve. Alright. Let's go over to the opposite side of the island. See if they're drifting fish over here. America! Fuck yeah! I saw a very American thing this morning. One of those little What am I picking up experience for? What was that? Must have killed a zombie or something over here and forgot to collect the experience. I saw a very American thing online this morning. Someone was shooting a handgun, like a semi-automatic handgun, at a snake from their car door. Complete dick thing to do, just to open fire on a snake that can't possibly hurt you because you're in a fucking car. But the reason it went viral is because after 2 shots, where he just barely winged the snake started charging towards the car and the guy freaked out. Oh, there's some. I was going to say, what happened to all the fish? So long and thanks for all the fish. That's the second Hitchhiker's reference today. Where'd they go? Come here. Come here. Fish are hard to catch sometimes. It's kind of fun. Gotcha. Come here. Gotcha. Tree capita are so broken. In what way? Too easy, or are you literally saying it's not working for you properly? The only problem I have with it is Minecraft still plays all the noises. So you get all the noise of every block being broken all at once, which makes it very loud. I'm just going to camp out on this bed. But yeah, if this wasn't a streaming world, I probably wouldn't even bother with Tree Capitator, but like I said, it's just a nice little time saver when we're streaming, because watching me chop down 47 trees just to get enough wood to make some, do the rest of the build or something is not the most fun thing I could possibly be doing, he says as he's wandering back and forth catching fish. Still exciting, though. Did you see the police officer... The one in WA that couldn't hit a kangaroo? I did not see that. Why was he shooting at a kangaroo? Those things aren't even hostile unless you piss them off. Unless it was a red. Those guys are cranky. You would be too if you lived in places that were so fucking hot. Oh, he just went straight into bed. You bastard. Hey, turtle. That's the thing about villagers too. They can go to bed slightly earlier than you, so you can never beat them to a bed. That's not a fish, that's a piece of zombie flesh. Goes in the school ground, I had a broken leg. Oh. So he was trying to put it down, I see. That kind of sucks. So he was trying to be merciful and he couldn't hit it. Did he completely miss, or did he like make it worse by shooting it in the shoulder or something? Can you imagine if they just flat out killed people when we break a leg? Oh, you're done. No point living. Yeah, okay. So it is the pale fish are the cold water fish. The tropical ones are brighter. You can see it now there in the buckets. That makes sense then. Ooh, hello. Some of you. Let's vacate the area before I get laser beamed. Fishy, 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 fishy. Fishy, 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 fishy. That was one of my favourite Sesame Street skits when I was a kid. Do I still play that one? Ernie's fishing. Or Bert and Ernie are in a fishing boat. And Bert can't catch anything. And Ernie's trying to explain to him, no, you just call him. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Don't know why, but that cracked me up when I was a kid. Come here. No, completely missed it. Standing right next to him. So from point blank range, you couldn't hit a kangaroo with a broken leg. Jesus. Backing off. Ooh, what are these guys down here? Ooh, don't have any of your colour yet. Have you, and you, and you. It's all buckets but one. Gotcha. Still have the unnecessary sense. Oh, yeah. The count where they've censored just every other word and things like that. It's fucking hilarious. In fact, that unnecessary censorship of most Sesame Street stuff I've seen is fucking hilarious. Like the credits reply when they asked if Bert and Ernie are gay. Yeah, no, they're Muppets, yeah. No, dickhead. They're Muppets. Pretty cop-out answer though. Because they do have Muppets that represent other types of people who may or may not have acceptance issues in the greater society. They had a puppet with HIV. They got one with Asperger's. They've got... there was another one that was some sort of medical thing. I forget what it was. But yeah, why wouldn't they have gender and or sexuality diverse Muppets? Of all the things to sidestep, BluntNate being in a committed homosexual relationship. I mean, just seems like a dumb thing to skirt around in this day and age. Just make him gay. Any of the fish drawn to light? Will they flock to a torch? I don't believe so, but that would be a cool addition. Like if certain types of fish gathered around sea lanterns or pickles, sea pickles. Maybe that's what we should do actually. We get some coral down the bottom there. To 918, iconic Sesame Street Muppets BluntNate are a couple. Oh wait, they have officially called them a couple. According to a former writer, right? So he has no job to lose. All right. If it was an active current writer who said that and they kept their job, then that'd be something. But yeah, a former writer, you know, nothing else to lose. He's already left the employ. Can't create a controversy that'll be an issue. Sure. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're looking a little more lively. You could maybe even go... I mean, I don't want to overcrowd it, but... Actually, let's see what it looks like from a distance. I'll do one more load. Maybe half a load. Oh, jeez. What shader pack is this? This is the experimental ray tracing shader pack, PTGI. If you press !MC in the chat, you'll get a listing and a link for it. It is currently behind a paywall because it is the experimental version. It's still in development. So you have to become a $10 a month patron for Sonic Ether, the guy who makes it, in order to get access to it at the moment. But when it is finished, it will be free and open to all, just like his other shaders have been throughout Minecraft history. Sonic Ether, that is. Very famous shader guy. Yeah, I think the render distance is cheating us out of a few fish here, but... Let's go up to the tower and have a look. Let's sleep first, because we're going to run out of light otherwise. Yeah, !MC will also get you the name of the texture pack and the data packs I'm using and stuff like that as well. I'm curious. But yeah, it's easily my favorite shader so far. Out of all the ones I've tried over the years, it looks so pretty. And of course it's ray traced, so all the reflections and the light works as light should be working. See that color there? That's got a hue to it because it's shining right through Blarg's shirt. So it's got that little blue glow. When the sun gets lower, we might see his pants. Actually, it's probably going to be over there by then, but we can always go outside and have a look. There we go. And you see the blue hue of the light because it's shining through his shirt. to get the deeper blue. We're going to get, yeah, there we go. Starting to go deep there. All the reflections work, and you know, light goes through glass and it acts properly. Refracts through glass and everything. You get the proper reflections and reflections, and it's awesome. Come on, let me sleep. You're about to see one of my favorite things as well. Get that purple hue of the sunset. Ooh, ah. Because sex and sexuality is a taboo subject when dealing with preteen children. No, it's not. Horseshit. How many play sets have you seen with like Ken and Barbie together in their lovely little playhouse and stuff? That's sex and sexuality. They're a couple. Just because they're a hetero couple doesn't make it any less or more controversial than a homosexual couple or a gender diverse couple or anything else. That's such a weak excuse people use. Oh, but heterosexuality is not more is more common. Therefore, that's the only one they should be exposed to. Fuck off. You missed the point. Right, what was it? Oh, right, I was going to go to the tower and see about the fish. Yeah, American societal expectations are weird. I mean, the thing we always come back to is, in American movies, like, there's so much violence and gunplay and yeah, all that kind of stuff. That's fine for kids. But two boys kissing? Oh, no! Can't let children know that boys are allowed to kiss each other sometimes? No! Fuck off. Let's not even get started on the double standard of, what is it? Lipstick lesbians. Like, for some reason, two women kissing is more acceptable in movies than two dudes kissing. Yeah, I think we can go another load. See if we can get to the population diversity. Kind of, for some reason, they don't like this level. They like deep. Oh no, there we go. They just proved me wrong there. Yeah, I think we can do one more load. We can always take out fish if we find out there's too many in there. In fact, guns are legal in kinderies or not. Actually, I saw a video on YouTube the other day that was like, it was one of those, I think it was Today I Learned, that Today I Learned channel. I'm not subscribed, but I do watch the videos from time to time on certain subjects. But I think it was one of those on the kinder eggs. I didn't actually watch it because I was doing other stuff at the time where I saw it sort of suggested to me. But there, that's today I found out, or Today I Learned, or it's, I don't know what the channel name is exactly. It's one of those. It's a pretty good channel. It's well produced, well researched. Was I think that got suggested to me because like a week ago I watched one about it was about New Coke. It was about when Coca-Cola tried to introduce New Coke and the alleged conspiracy around that. They were kind of debunking that. Americans are always shocked about how open sexuality media from other countries are. Yeah. I mean, you know, everywhere has different societal norms and expectations and things. I'm not saying it's... you know, I'm not trying to get on Americans' tits about it. I'm just pointing it out that it's weird from my perspective. Not that Australia's that much better when it comes to mainstream media and the depiction of, you know, gender or sexuality diverse kind of couplings. I mean, we are better. It's more common on TV here. It's less controversial when it happens and all that kind of stuff, but, you know, still an issue that we need to work on like most other places. As an American, America should definitely be more okay with sex and violence. Yeah. And it sort of stems back from, you know, how white America was formed anyway. Being that it was, you know, a lot of groups that settled were, you know, the Puritans and, you know, religious groups and stuff, who ironically, you know, decided to start a new life in America because they felt like they weren't being respected or given the enough dignity and rights, and they felt like they were being discriminated against, and they wanted to go to a place where they could express their own ideals freely without any acknowledgement of the irony. Whereas Australia, we were founded by, well, mostly the English, well, white Australia, we should say. The black guys were here for many thousands of years before white guys turned up and went, mine! All of this mine! That bit over there, that's mine. I'm going to put an opera house there. But yeah, it was, you know, people who chose to come here for the most part. And of course, you've got the convicts as well. But outside of the jokes about Australia being settled by criminals, there were actually more free settlers than there ever were convicts that came here in the first, you know, 50 to 100 years or whatever it was. But yeah, it wasn't a certain religious group for a start, so. That said, most people who did come here came from England, who were predominantly Christian and or Catholic anyway. But in much later years, we got a lot more Europeans coming. A lot of Greeks and whatnot. And then, whoop, we're going to get laser beamed. And then later on, in more recent times, a lot more Asians have started to come. Like Sydney, for example. There might be just as many people of Asian descent as there are from European descent in Sydney these days. Take a walk on the street, you see a lot of Asian faces. Which is bloody fantastic if you like Asian food, because it means there's lots of Asian restaurants. It's awesome. There's a lot of decent Indian food in Australia as well. A lot of East Asian stuff. You can get some pretty good korma in Sydney. Which I'm also pretty freaking happy about, because I love korma. Yep. So white guys, yeah, the white guys are seagulls from Finding Nemo, exactly. Mine, mine, mine. That's pretty much the history of being white. Sort of over the last 500 years or so. World history is just a bunch of white guys just wandering around going, yeah, that's mine. Oh, I'll have that. That one's mine. You're a little bit brown. I'll take your stuff as well. Actually, about eating tables and chairs to Blank's egg with those fish. Oh, because fish swim in schools? I see what you did there. Actually, speaking of memes and stuff, as we were a bit earlier, I've seen one floating around relatively recently that's it's just a couple of guys firing guns into a lake with the caption, "Once Americans learn that fish live in schools." Trying to make light of the whole Americans epidemic with school shootings. Pretty friggin' dark, but also funny. Come here. Gotcha. Don't want any more salmon. The joke is dark, but it's pretty funny. Yeah. I mean, it probably wouldn't be if your kid was a victim of one of those incidents, or, you know, you were in one of those incidents, or you knew someone, or you had any personal connection to them whatsoever. But if you're a bit removed from the situation, you giggle a bit. You'll feel bad about it, but you'll giggle. Which is pretty much the best kind of dark humour. If you feel slightly guilty about laughing, but you laugh anyway. I think most of the funny of that is the image is really lovely and dramatic. Like there's a big splash coming out of the water and everything, and just see these guys unloading their automatic weapons into the pond. It's just a weird image. The caption just sells it. Humor often comes from dark places. Sure does. It's one of the tools we humans use to deal with dark situations. Like all the, you don't hear them that much these days, but the dead baby jokes, they all came out of an era where infant mortality was, you know, higher than it is these days. Because I don't know if there's anything less funny than a baby dying, but that's why we have so many dead baby jokes. Just to try and take the edge off that so we don't fall to pieces when we think about it. I'm a student, it's pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Getting all these fish and making this look much better. Sells the effect a lot better than just a half a dozen fish we had before. Oh, more gassy for a reason. Pardon me. Oh wait. I keep forgetting it's easy to do it up here. America's on a sea jack. I mean, as far as making jokes and memes out of fucked up things, America does provide a lot of material.
Hi, I'm Mr. Booby
I mean,
Buyer. I'll buy those boobies for 25 schmeckles.
Damn it!
Meanwhile,
hell.
in Happy Thoughts Land, shine bright like a diamond.
Shine on, you crazy diamond. One of my favorite Pink Floyd tracks. Shine on. Blink. Thank you ever so much, Jam. It's coming up with $50. $50. The president doesn't even know what. Wait, what's this with a hyphen? Did he tweet something out about hyphens? Or, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to learn that the president is, you know, President Trump is unaware of many facets of the finer points of the English language. What's the hyphen thing? You called an apostrophe a hyphen? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I don't fault him for that. We all have brain farts sometimes where we call one thing the wrong thing. I do it all the fucking time. So yeah, I think I can forgive. I mean, I don't forgive many of the things he says and does, but I think I can forgive him accidentally calling, if it was an accident, a hyphen and apostrophe. I mean, we live in a world where, you know, the average person has no idea between the difference between they are and there, like over there, or the abbreviation of they are. Let's fight that battle first. Then we'll worry about hyphens. Until we can get people to just use contractions properly. What else are you going to worry about? Yeah, let's... He was ranting about it on Twitter. What, that he got called out for using apostrophe instead of hyphen? Was he claiming he was under attack again? Presidential harassment. That was the one, wasn't it? Presidential harassment. I'm the president. You're not allowed to make fun of me. Presidential harassment. I'm not allowed to be held accountable for my illegal actions. Presidential harassment. Fuck off. That whole presidential harassment thing. That's... Ouch. That's going to be a thing for a while. Oh, I'm not hungry enough for respect chicken. Respect chicken? Oh, we'll just wave it. Respect chicken. I don't know what cis is, but they shouldn't be having kids. Did he say that? Actually, there was another thing I saw. Again, I think I saw it through a meme site or something. Was someone ran a survey on Facebook or Twitter or something. And it was like, should children in American schools be taught the Arabic numeral system? Which is the numbers we already use. But it was worded in such a way to make the average ignorant racist American think it was a foreign number system because they're not used to hearing it called the Arabic numbers. Arabic? Is that what I'm thinking of? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Arabian. No. Oh, I still got fish left. Whoops. Oh, that's right, because I got interrupted. Never mind. But yeah, like 56% or 46%, nearly half anyway. Nearly half went, no, children should not be learning those numbers. They should only learn American numbers. Okay. There versus there versus there. How often do people get them right versus how often they get them wrong? Yeah. I mean, I've been running a YouTube channel for a decade and a half, pretty much. So I read each and every comment that ever comes in. So yeah, I've not a day has gone by for more than a decade that I haven't seen somebody just get that wrong. Its is another one. That one I do sometimes though, but not because I'm ignorant of the difference, but because autocorrect prefers it is. So it uses the apostrophe version when I type ITS, it autocorrects to its, as in it is. Sometimes I don't catch that, especially when I tweet. Makes me feel dumb. Sometimes I delete it and repost it. Sometimes I get lazy about it and just leave it. Wait for someone to call me out on it. Alright, I think that'll be enough fish. I feel like that's... Yeah, looks like we've got a nice variety here. Oh look, they're not even schooling up in the same type of fish. I thought they... Oh dear. I disturbed them. They're having some sort of secret meeting now. They're all over the place. Coolsies. 2 versus 2 versus 2. I don't see too many people confusing the numerical TWO with the other ones, but I do see TO and TOO confused sometimes. Loser and looser are another one. Single O versus the double O. When someone calls someone a looser, as in you're too loose, as opposed to a loser. That one I see sometimes, makes me laugh. What a looser. I think we get rid of those now. Pretty happy with the insides. We might come back and put some coral in the bottom there. If I can find some. Oh wait, no, I do know where some coral is, don't I? Some just off the coast, isn't there? Do I have... I do have silk jet on me. Maybe we should go get some coral. We'll see if I can find it. See if it's where I think it is. Right, how much time we got? Yeah, we should wait till morning. Let's put the buckets away while we wait. Let's keep one out, actually. Don't know if this is British only one, but bought and brought pissed me off. Yeah, I'll admit that one confuses me sometimes too. Or at least it used to. But yeah, as purchasing a thing versus bringing a thing. Yeah, I don't think I get too mad at people for getting that one confused. That one's a tricky one. I mean, you brought it away from the shop. You bought it at the shop, but you brought it away from the shop. It could be a justification. Was it Gabbo? I didn't hear the Gabbo. Saw a dark meme about that as well. Without the Arabians, we wouldn't have 9/11. Yeah, we'd have IXXI. That's pretty dark. Hey, Star. How you doing? Pedantry, same, yeah. I mean, being technically correct is the best kind of correct. But there are some things I'll let go. Just because it's not worth the fight. But yeah, the English language is just... It is a garbage fire of borrowed words and spellings and evolutions, and I often wonder if other languages are quite as dynamic as English when it comes to how often things change. Like, you have to imagine some of the pictographic written languages, like katakana, for example. How does Japanese evolve as quickly as English when it comes to slang and the way things are? I mean, not really spelled, because, yeah, I don't know. Because Japanese has a lot of borrowed words as well from, you know, the neighboring Asian countries, China in particular. A lot of the pictographs are borrowed as well. Look up Tom Scott's language files. I think I've seen some of his videos, yeah. I've seen some videos about the way language evolves and Old English versus different forms of English throughout the years, and how stuff would sound. And watched a video the other week about how English in Shakespearean times would have sounded like how we think pirates talk today, and shit like that. That's cool stuff. All right, let's see if we can find some coral. I think there's a coral patch just out beyond where the ocean monument is, out this way. Oh, we should probably just take the portal, actually. Might be quicker. PC Aimer, if you type in !MC, you'll get the answers you're looking for there. I don't have a separate one for Shader, I just got MC. There you go, Skull Kid's on it. My favorite words, hitherto, insofar, and I don't even know how to say that last one. Yeah, I've always like hitherto. Insofar is a good word. Right, so that's where the monument is, I think. Yeah, I think if we head out in this direction, we might find that coral reef. Dolphin boost! Well, maybe not. Floxinoxynihilipilification. Floxinoxynihilipilification. That is a good word. It's fun to say. What does it mean? guess there wasn't one here. Maybe it was closer to home. It might have been halfway between here and base, actually. I know there's one nearby, though. Dolphin boost! Alright, maybe it might be over this way, because there's the iron farm. Let's go this way for a bit. The act of determining something worthless. Of determining something as worthless. Ah, okay. Come on, Dolphin. Give me a boost. Dolphin boost! I must be remembering wrong. Who remembers? Actually, it might have been out beyond the... where we just were collecting the fish. I'm sure it was near one of the ocean monuments we found. Right, let's go back home and try. Read a quote, allegedly from a Russian, that describes English as a chaotic mix mash of German and French that mugs other languages to shake them down for... Yeah, I know the quote you're referring to. I couldn't quote it verbatim for you, but yeah, I do recall seeing a quote along those lines about English mugging other languages as they pass by. I say that maths is the true universal language. I have to disagree with this. Music. Well, I mean, music is based on mathematics. Music is it can be broken down into math. Can you feel an emotion in a math equation? Yeah, absolutely. Mostly frustration and shame because I'm confounded by math. Those are emotions. Bafflement, confusion, rage, shame. All those things come to mind when I think of complex mathematics. Can you feel positive emotions from maths? I can't. I'm sure other people do. Some people love math. I mean, they're freaks and deviants mostly, but... I'm glad those people exist, because that means I don't have to do it. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. I knew there was one around here somewhere. I knew I saw one. Are we getting those fronds? Here we are. Cool. I remember we had to shear the frondy ones on up. Looks like they're popping off just fine. Oh, it's time for a break? Really? Bloody hell. Nearly 2 hours already. Alright. We'll collect a batch of this, then I'll take a quick break. Oops, come on. Break faster. Don't need a lot. Blog's feet aren't that big, but we should get a variety. Alright, what do we got? I could do some more blues, maybe a few more yellows. Don't know how many pickles I've got at home either. We should take some pickles with us. Alright, which way was... Which way was home? Is it the village there? There it is. I always come back to how much I love the German language because it makes sense. Yeah, I've been told the German language is quite logical. It always sounds so angry though. I've never heard a German person sound gentle. This is a very aggressive sounding language, a very percussive, sharp-edged language. If you give Blag enough supercars, would he end up... Hang on a sec! Didn't I clear out all the Elder Guardians? How did I get mining fatigue? I must have not cleared that one out. Odd. Maybe it regenerated. That's weird. Take Kraken Wagon, literally means car for the sick. The Japanese word for penguin is made up for 2 words. Business goose, yeah, I did know that. Business goose. Can't see. What happens? Everything's dark. Oh, come out of the wrong side. That was disorientating. Okay, I'll take a quick nap. I'll take a break. Let's go get you a view for the window so you have something to look at while I'm on break. There we are. See if we can see the fish. There you go. Alright, I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I'm just going to refresh my water bottle have a stretch, and I'll be right back.